Welcome, yogis. For today, we'll take a flow around our mat. And so your front might become your back, and your back might become your front. And so it's just a beautiful way to sort of dance around your mat. So it doesn't even matter what side you'll start at, but we'll start here into a child's pose. And I'll give you 3 options to play around with. One is your very classic child's pose. Your big toes are touching, your knees are hip width apart, and you'll come to lie down, but quite just easy and effortless to begin with. So arms quite close to your body. Now you might play around with the knees together, and so you have a little bit of a shelf for your stomach here as you come to lie down. And that's your second option. And then there's a third option that is knees wide, but also feet a little bit wider, so your big toes are not touching. And this one is straight away quite a big hip opening, or not even really big, but just a nice juicy hip opening for the start of class. So see where you need to be and where you'd like to start. And then come to rest down, somewhere where your arms are quite easy, and somewhere where your head is supported. And then come to your breath. If it's been one of those crazy busy days, you might take a few breaths out of the mouth to release and to let go. Or if you've had a little bit of time to settle in and settle down, then you might come straight into your Ujjayi breath today. So that inhale through the nose and that restriction on the back of your throat, and exhale through the nose as well, still restricting the back of the throat. And so to yourself, your breath should be audible. You should hear that whisper sound as you breathe in and out. And here I'll give you a minute of stillness. And wherever you are, really begin to deepen the breath now into that Ujjayi, or at least in and out through the nose, if and where possible. 3 more breaths in stillness before we come up into our tabletop. So when you have finished that final breath, lift yourself up a little bit, then really stretch your arms forward so far so that the arms aren't even touching anymore, but just the hands and the forehead. Taking 2 more breaths into this length. See if you can really find that stretch through the back of the arms. And then from there now, coming all the way up into a tabletop. And so once we're in our tabletop, we'll take some cat-cow, very classic to yoga, right? So on an inhale, dropping the chest and looking up, and on an exhale, start to round and curl, chin to chest, scoop the belly up. Inhale, you know you can always take your cat-cow linear, like we're doing here. Or exhale, you might choose to take your curious cat-cow, moving from side to side. So maybe close your eyes as you take 3 more rounds of cat-cow, and let them be in a way that it serves your body as it is right now. 2 more breaths. Now I always love it when there's just different forms of exercises that come together, all with different benefits and all with different origin and belief systems. And so for today, we'll bring a little bit of Tai Chi into our yoga as well. So first things first, widen through those hands and check that the creases of the wrists are parallel to the front of your mat. Curling the toes, lift the knees just an inch off the floor. Scoop up through the belly and just create that initial little bit of strength here. We're still quite small and very close to the floor. Gravity really wants to push you down, but we stay. One more big breath in, and now lift those hips up. We are now in downward facing dog. Feel free to paddle. Feel free to move. Finding some space onto the whole back line of your body. So really aim to get those sit bones nice and high. And then a breath or two, even in stillness, into downward dog, looking at your toes. And then these tiny little steps all the way forward to the top of the mat. Really kind of working with the amount of flexibility we have today. Take a halfway lift once you're there. Inhale, flatten the back. And then exhale, forward fold, forehead to knees. Two more of those. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Curling up to stand. And this is typically often a thing we do quite a lot in Pilates as well, those spinal rolls, massaging the spine. Shoulders come down and back when we're standing nice and tall. Now let's take just a little bit of flow, sun A. Arms rise up, inhale, look up two, and exhale, forward fold. Forehead to knees as always. Halfway lift, inhale, weight to the toes more, and step into your high plank. Now let's take the knees down, inhale, lengthen forward, and come just halfway down, exhale. Then press back, inhale, come all the way down, nice and slowly, exhale. And then park your fingertips to the front of your mat, just forward in front of you. See if you can roll the shoulders back. Bring your elbows down over the line of your mat, not on the outside, but in and over your mat. And just lift as high as you can. No pain in the lower back. And then exhale down to the floor. Place the hands back besides the shoulders. Curl the toes through the knees. Downward facing dog. Good. Then stepping the right foot forward. Left foot forward, nice and quietly. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Rise to stand tall this time around. Look up, stretch up. And exhale, forward fold straight away. Halfway lift, inhale. Again, your breath still audible. Exhale, step into high plank. Take the knees down, lengthen forward. Inhale, halfway down only. Exhale. Press back, inhale. Exhale. And there's a reason why we do quite a few chaturangas now. Inhale. Take your back bend, just your normal one cobra. You might even feel ready for an up dog. Who knows? Downward facing dog. Exhale. Last round like this. Step your left foot forward, then right foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise tall, full breath in. Exhale, empty and fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And that last time coming to plank, you'd be happy maybe to know that this is the last time coming down halfway only. Press back, inhale. Come down, exhale. Maybe you were ready already. Maybe this is your first up dog. Maybe you don't take one at all. See if you can get your inner elbows together, shoulders widen, then downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Let's remember that child's pose, that very first shape we did, is always there for you. And then inhale, look forward, bend through the knees, maybe a step or maybe a little jump, top of the mat, flattening the spine. Inhale and exhale, forward fold. Roll up nice and slowly. And so we'll come to Tadasana, our mountain pose. Take a breath, take a moment. And spread widely through all 10 toes. shoulders hug down and back, and really find that engagement, that lift through the thighs and through the lower belly, Uddiyana Bandha. Take an inhale here to chair pose, arms up, sitting weight into the heels. And know that if there's any tight shoulders out there, you can bend your arms into cactus, or even have the hands together or on the hips. So find your variation in which there's length and space, and sort of that tucking of the tailbone under so we're not back bending. Weight again is into the heels, breathe. And then find the weight to transfer into your left foot, lift the right leg up. So here we go, Tai Chi. So we have that strong foundation. The lower abs switch on for the knee lift. Take a big breath in and step it slowly and mindfully into a crescent lunge. So trust yourself. Once you're into your crescent lunge, again, those arm variations are still there for you to adjust. Otherwise, move and just settle a little bit into this shape. And then pick up the breath. Relax the muscles we do not need to use, such as shoulders and jaw. And then take a deep breath in, bring the hands together, thumb center of chest, and open to your right side into a goddess pose. Heels in, toes out. You might just ease into this for this first round a little. And so your spine is really straight here. So my head is right over my hips. I'm pushing the knees behind me, and so my inner thighs will definitely start to switch on, and hopefully you'll get straight away a lot warmer. We'll just take 2 more breaths here. Again, that lengthening, that lifting, Ujjayi breath. Inhale now, lift up a little bit, open to your right side, back into your crescent lunge. So you'd face to the other side of your mat. Now your right foot is forward. And again, take your arm variations, bend your back knee if you feel like that's nicer for your lower back. And think about lifting out of the ribs, getting those floating ribs to hug in, use your abdomen. And then we step back on your next breath in to chair pose, so nice and low. Inhale, we're in chair pose. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Now on an inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Changing our flow up here a little bit. Inhale, halfway lift, so stay with me. Exhale, step into high plank. Open to your left side. We're in a side plank. Modify, guys, if you need to. Reach the arms up, over to the front of your mat right now. Inhale, high plank. Maybe to the knees. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga. Into your back bend. To downward facing dog, exhale. And then inhale, look forward, step or jump to the top of the mat. Flatten the back, inhale. Building some fire, exhale. Rise tall all the way to stand. Samastiti here, exhale. There we go, chair pose, inhale. Feet are together. Ankle bones do not clash though. Weight into your heels, so sit back without sticking your butt out too much. Breathe. And we'll take this round just as slowly before we find a little bit more flow. Focus on your breath more this second round. Then lift your left leg, so really ground through the right. Breathe, focus. And trust yourself when you step it back. Crescent lunge. 3 breaths here. And take an inhale to stay. And then open to the left side. Exhale, your goddess pose. Heels into, toes out. Breathe again. 3 breaths we have here. Squeeze the knees out more, maybe even wiggle your big toes. So roll into the baby toes a little more. Inhale here. Can you sit a little lower? Exhale. Good. Inhale here. Back to your left foot forward. Your high lunge. Your final 3 breaths. Chin up. Lungs spacious. Coming all the way in your next breath into chair pose. Nice and low. Inhale. Stand tall. Tadasana. Arms up. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. Step back into your plank pose. This time a side plank to the right side. So lift the right hand up and over to the top of the mat. Lift through the hips. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Through your back bend, big or small. Inhale. To come to child's pose. Exhale. So we've done 1 round here. I hope you've warmed up. I have. So just taking a moment, maybe a rest, maybe some clothes off, maybe a sip of water. Breathing. 1 more breath. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, bend through the knees, a step or a little jump forward, a flat back inhale, moving quietly, just the breath audible. Exhale, fold. Straight into chair pose. Inhale. Sit a little lower, exhale. Lift your right leg up, inhale. Step it back, crescent lunge. Exhale. And staying here for the breath in. Come to your goddess squat. Exhale, sit low. Inhale through the right leg forward. Crescent lunge. Sit a little lower, exhale. Step your left foot forward. Chair pose, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Step into your high plank. Then inhale, left hand reaches up and over, side plank. To high plank, shift forward and lower down, exhale. Your back bend, inhale. Anyone lower back issues, please stay to your cobra, not up dog. Downward dog, exhale. Inhale, look forward, step or jump. Top of the mat, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, inhale. Sit a little lower, exhale. Lift your left knee up, inhale. Step it back, exhale, crescent lunge. We stay for the breath in. Open to the left side, goddess squat, exhale. Go low, just that exhale, inhale. Left leg forward, twisting left side, crescent lunge, and exhaling to lower. Inhale, chair pose, right foot comes forward, exhale, forward fold. Flat back, inhale, and exhale, step back, high plank. Right hand up, over, side plank, circular. Shift forward, lower down, exhale. Back bending, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. 3 breaths. Take a sigh if you're feeling particularly hot now. Maybe a lion's breath, tongue out of your mouth. Again, around like that. Inhale, look forward, step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, long spine, weight forward. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, inhale. Stay for the exhale, shoulders down. Right knee lifts, inhale. Step it back, crescent lunge. exhale. Squeeze on those glutes. Inhale, we stay. Goddess squat, open and lower. Rotate to the right, crescent lunge. Inhale, squeeze those glutes again, and exhale, lower. Chair pose, left foot steps forward. Inhale, and exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale, step into your plank. Left hand reaches up and over as the feet cycle out to the right. High plank, inhale, chaturanga. Back bend, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Looking forward, stepping or jumping on the out breath. Rise and lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, inhale. Stay there, weight into the heels more, exhale. Left leg lifts, inhale. Stepping back, exhale. Quiet movement, inhale, stay. Exhale, squat left side. Open to the left side, crescent lunge, inhale. Lower again, exhale. Right foot forward, inhale, chair pose. And exhale, fold, forehead to knees. Halfway lift, inhale. Step into a plank. Heels to the left, right hand lifts up and over. Down, inhale, forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Back bending, inhale. Child's pose, exhale. If you want a little bit more than child's pose, and you could do with a back bend, then come into your heart melting shape, hips above the knees, reach the arms forward, and let your chin or forehead rest down. 4 to 5 breaths. Two more breaths. And we'll take one more round of flow like that, but slowing it down again and adding a few movements. So when you're ready, come back with me to downward facing dog. If you need to be longer in chair pose, you can, right? Inhale, look forward, step or jump, top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Let's first of all take those feet hip width apart. Grab those big toes from the inside so your fingertips go towards each other. We lengthen the spine, lean forward. Bend the knees as much as you need to, then start to pull. Shoulders up, elbows wide. And even though we're pulling onto the toes, we're not actually able to lift the toes because they're all carrying all the weight. One more round of breath. I like a little movement here, but you might stay in your isometric stretch. Exhale, fold. And this time around, keep those feet hip width apart. Take your inhale to chair pose with the legs wide. Just a different sensation. Exhale, sit nice and low. Take an open twist, left hand forward, right hand back. And just really twisting honestly here. There's no elbows or shoulders being used. And so track your knees going forward. Track those 2 feet staying grounded to the floor. And then it doesn't really matter how far we're twisting. You might look to the side, you might look behind you. Inhale, arms up, right foot up. Exhale, crescent lunge. And inhale, bring the hands together, lean forward. Exhale, twist to the left side, right elbow touching. And then find your biggest twist here. You might bring the back knee to the floor, that is so fine. You might open your arms. Let's take 2 more breaths, wherever you are. Coming back when you're ready for your next breath in, Crescent Lunge to a Goddess Squat. Breathe in and exhale, sit a little lower. Now see here if you can lift your right heel, sit lower. Right heel down, left heel, and really onto your tippy toes. A little bit of Pilates and Tai Chi together. Left heel down. One more time, right. Keep it up and left. Sit your very lowest. Inhale, come out and to the right leg. Crescent lunge, inhale. Sit a little lower, exhale. Hands together, straighten the back leg, lengthen forward, twist to the right side, left elbow touching. And if you've lowered the knee on the other side, do that here as well, please. If you've opened the arms, try and do that here too. So always trying to take the same variation, left and right side. 2 more breaths. Coming back up on your next breath in. Step your left foot hip width apart besides the right. Chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. And step into your plank. Lift your left hand, side plank. Feel free to modify. All the way up and forward. To shift forward and lower down, chaturanga. Back bend, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Some things just stay the same. Inhale, then look forward, step or jump. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Taking those feet hip width apart again. And either sticking with your big toe pose, grabbing those big toes, or bend your knees and slide the hands from the front all the way underneath the hand palms. So much so that my toes are now touching my wrists. Head is heavy. And I can kind of massage my toes, kind of poking them into the heels of the hands. And then trying to straighten those legs as much as you can without there being any sharpness, any pain. Last round of breath. Shoulders lift. Letting go, feet stay hip width. Chair pose. Inhale. Sit a little lower. Exhale. Very nice. There we go. Left twist to the left. Right hand forward. Left hand back. So an easy open twist. And avoiding again the knees kind of spinning around with. So stay honest and square through the hips and through the knees. Rotation and strength really coming from the waistline here. Breathe that last round of breath. Inhale, chair pose. Lift your left leg up. Step it back. High lunge. Good. Inhale, lengthen forward. And find your airplane. Exhale. So arms are beside you. If you feel like a lot more dynamicness, you can reach the arms forward for warrior 3. Otherwise, try and square up through the hips. Lift the leg a little higher. Inhale. Step it back. High lunge. Exhale. Stay on the inhale. Arms come back up. Open to the left side. Goddess squat. Good. From there on out, really sinking deep through the right knee, left leg straightens, shift the body forward and reach the arms wide, high Skandasana. One full round of breath on this side. And then come to the other side. Left knee is bent, right leg is straight. Long spine, glutes sticking out backwards. Come through the center. Back to your goddess squat, inhale. And come all the way to the front, high lunge. Stay for that round of breath. Good, and we fly again, airplane or warrior 3. So warrior 3 is simply the hands going forward. Breathe and extend. Chin slightly forward, but all straight. One more full round of breath. Stepping back slowly. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, chair pose. Stand all the way tall. Tadasana or Samastitihi. Take 3 breaths. Maybe a sigh, cooling down. Into a tree pose, right sole of the foot into the left ankle, maybe calf, otherwise all the way inner thigh, but only if your hip bones stay nice and square, and if that is actually, you know, in line with balance today. Your arm variation, you can take your hands in prayer, your arms overhead, even behind you, grabbing opposite elbows or your prayer. Make sure there's length and space, the whole reason for the shape. So grow a little taller. One more full round of breath. Bring the right knee up and high, stork pose. Send it all the way back to the back of your mat. Hands down. Back knee down, so your right knee down. Left foot walks to the left, lizard pose. So feel free to stay on the hands. Try and walk your back knee as far back as it goes. As long as the front knee and ankle are still stepping. Just breathing here. And if there's any room for you to deepen here, then I welcome you to come up to 2 forearms. But let that be 2 forearms, please, not 1. Soften where possible through the shoulders, even though there's a lot of weight there. And then separate your teeth, let your tongue be loose into your mouth. And let the breath be rather normal and natural right now. Maybe even sighs whenever we feel stuck. Or the mind gets chatty. Let's take 2 more breaths. As well. Coming onto the hands slowly, and just walk your left foot a little bit more to the center of the mat again. Slowly focus onto a slight pivot to the right side. And so now we'll come straight into a Skandasana. Left knee is bent, right leg is straight. And so your right toes are in line with the right knee, going up to the ceiling. You might have your hands to the floor, that is totally fine. Breathe here, 3 breaths. Now you might not need to use your hands here, as we'll slowly pop our butt back. You're sitting down. We'll face our straight legs to the other side of the mat. So your right leg is straight forward. Your left sole of the foot comes into the inner thigh, still bend. Janusarasana, arms up, inhale. Bend your knee as much as you need to grab your baby toe and your big toe here. Lengthen it forward if you can. Inhale, again, long spine forward. Feel free to sit on something if that helps you. And exhale to fold with a sort of lengthening and chest leading. Can you bring your baby toe back? That is definitely the one that wants to spin forward. So baby toe to your face in line with your big toe. 2 more breaths here. And then rising up Taking 2 feet to the floor, coming to stand yourself all the way up. Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a breath, find a moment of grounding. Maybe one leg feels a little longer than the other, that's all fine. Tree pose left side, and when you're ready, take the same height. So it's your left foot that goes into the ankle, the calf, or all the way inner thigh. You might take a different arm variation just to change that up. Lift the chin a little bit, find space, find length, stand taller than you have all day long. Inhale, bring the left knee forward and up, stool pose. Exhale, shoot it all the way back. Hands down, back knee down, so that's the left knee. Right foot walks out to the right side of your mat, so the hands are on the inside. And your back knee as far back as possible. Checking then that the front knee and ankle are exactly above each other. And then see on this side if you can take it where you did on the other side. So if you were on the forearms, try and come back to that. 2 forearms though, so not just into one, because then we just overload one shoulder. And encourage that lengthening through the spine rather than that collapsing through the head and the shoulders. And again, a nice minute here. Let your breath be freeing, relaxing, softening. Let your head be relaxed and softened. You might sway it a little. Stretch the face a little. Taking 2 more big breaths here. Coming onto your hands and walk your right foot to the left side. And then slowly bending the right knee still, left heel down for your Skandasana. So it's the left leg straight, toes up, knee up, and then the right knee deeply bent. Arms on the inside, whether they're touching the floor or whether you have hands together here. Breathe, 3 breaths. Beautiful stretch for those inner thighs and inner hips. Staying for the breath in here. With or without hands, sit down. Left leg is already forward, so we spin towards the left leg. Right sole of the foot into the inner thigh. Inhale, arms up, bend the knee if need to for Sarasana. Exhale, lengthen forward. Beautiful hamstring and hip opening. Big toe and baby toe both come to your face as you lengthen forward to the best of your possibility. And again, it is absolutely fine to have the knee deeply bent here. It is not about having a straight leg. 3 more breaths here. Final full round of breath. And rising up, bring the right leg forward as well, so 2 feet next to each other. Bring the arms behind you with your fingers facing towards your own body. And either straight legs or modified for tabletop as we lift our hips up. So we do look like a tabletop. Look up to the ceiling here, press out of those shoulders. 1 more big breath in. If your legs are straight, point your toes to the floor. And exhale, sit yourself down so slowly. to come and lie down slowly. Hugging the knees into your chest. First time today, guys, that we get to lie down. So just soak it up for a moment. Sway, circle, move, and breathe. And kind of reversing what we've just done with our tabletop, setting yourselves up for a bridge pose. Soles of the feet to the floor, feet hip width. Heels so close to our glutes that we can touch our heels. Arms rest beside you, hand palms down. Rise up on the in-breath to your best bridge pose. So those hip bones lift, lift, lift. Those thighs and glutes switch on. Your heart opens to the back of your mat. Coming down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk your feet to the edges of the mat. Let your knees tumble together. Maybe hands to heart, to belly, maybe just beside you or even overhead. Breathe, breathe. We'll take 2 more, guys. So we come back to our first setup for bridge pose. Feet hip width, realign the feet. Close enough to your glutes. Arms beside you, rising up again. Lifting and rising up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And lift your highest and come down for 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the soles of the feet together this time, knees to widen, that inner groin opening. Now we're about to take our third and final back bend here, which can be your bridge pose. We've just done that one. You might even take a leg lift or any variation that you kind of know. There is a possibility to go into a wheel pose today, but I don't want you to turn your neck and look at me. So it is very important to only take wheel pose 1 if you kind of know it, and you know how to do this safely, as I can't step in and help you. And also that you feel warm enough and safe enough, no back issues. So wherever you are, we do bring those feet nicely back, hip width apart, heels close into your bottom right there, and either arms beside you setting up for bridge pose, or arms kind of come overhead, right, kind of in line with your shoulders, elbows up. And again, please don't attempt this looking at me, twisting your neck or anything like that. Otherwise, coming off the floor into your wheel, and really shift that weight all the way into your armpits. As you find to your best bridge or wheel, take 3 breaths, about 10 count, wherever you are. And we're about the last 5 counts back from coming down. Slowly, slowly. So come out safely, come out slowly. And then take which one you preferred here. So either the feet wide, the knees tumble together, or the soles of the feet together, knees to widen. Take a sigh. After back bending, it's so nice to let stuff go. Finishing with a little thread the needle going into spine twist. So again, those feet hip width. Right ankle now on top of the left thigh. Push the knee away, or grab the left hamstring or shin. So the right hand goes through the hole, left hand on the outside. 3 big breaths here as we're really lengthening the sacrum down. So I want to touch base with that right hip here. And so back of your neck is long, your upper back is grounded, but the sacrum, so your glutes, really hug that to the floor. Feel the hip stretch engage more and more and more. And then the left foot comes to the floor, letting go of the hand grip. Right thigh on top of left thigh, kind of like you're sitting in a chair. Pop your hips a little bit to the right side of your mat, then the knees to the left side. This is your twisted roots spine twist. Feel free to just have the knees touch on top of each other if that's better for your knees or your lower back. Arms wide or arm cactus. Eyes closed. 3 more big breaths. I'd like you to send the breath all the way into the obliques and into the hip. Breathe into the lower back. Literally feel the rising and the falling. Gentle smile through the corners of your mouth and eyes to soften. Bringing the knees up, uncross, realign, thread the needle, left ankle, top of right thigh, and do what you did on the other side. Nothing or hamstring or shin as a grab, and then pull the right knee in and hug the sacrum and the left knee down and back. Feel and explore these subtle changes, making such a big difference into the stretch. One more full breath. Stepping the right foot down. Left thigh over right thigh. Hips to the left side. Knees to the right side. Spine twist. And then please do what you did on the other side. So we're trying to even ourselves out time after time. Eyes closed. Full, lengthy breath. Final breath. And your inhale to bring the knees back into uncross. You might either sway side to side, or you might take a happy baby for your final 2 breaths. You might sway that side to side. Wherever you are, take a big breath in, letting go of the feet. And exhale, Savasana. Straighten the legs forward. Arms right beside you. Shoulders down, shoulder scapula hug together. And once you are grounded and spacious, definitely a big sigh here to release, to soften, to let go. And we are taking 2.5 minutes here. To soften further, I'll take you through a yoga nidra. There's nothing for you to do. You just listen to my words. And with your mind, relax every single body part. No movement, just a thinking. And so we'll start with our toes. Relax all 10 toes. Relax the bottom of your feet, top of your feet. Relax the heels, the ankles. Relaxing the shins and the calves. Feel the connection, calves on the mat. Relaxing both knees and the bottom of your knees. Relaxing those big muscles, our thighs, our hamstrings. Relaxing the hips, the pelvis, the glutes on the mat. Relaxing the lower belly and let it rise on every breath in. Fall on every breath out. Relaxing the lower back, the middle back. Relax your upper back. Relax your chest, rising on every breath in, falling every breath out. Relaxing and softening into the heart muscle. Maybe even imagining a smile through the muscle. Research is very evident these days that simple smile or the shape of a smile can have a softened voice. Relaxing the shoulders, the arms, upper arms, elbows, lower arms. Relax your wrists and your right hand, your left hand. Relax all 10 fingers. And just feel the liveliness, the tingling, the temperature on the inside of your hands, just below the skin, touching the skin. Relax the back of your neck. Relax your throat. Relax right at the root of your tongue. Loosen to your mouth. Your upper and lower teeth separated. Your jaw relaxed. Your lips soft. Relaxing your nose, your cheeks, your ears. Feel the breath flowing through the nostrils. Relax the eyes, right into the eyebrows, smoothing them, softening at your third eye. Relax your forehead, temples, top of your head. Your whole body is now relaxed. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. With your eyes still closed, you may wiggle toes, your fingers, just gentle awakening. Perhaps a stretch over your head or knees into your chest, cuddling and hugging yourself. Just gentle rolling to the right side as you come to hug and lie in fetus for a breath or maybe two. Pressing into the floor with your top hand, coming to a lost seat. With the hands together and the thumb center of chest, bow your forehead in. Always so much gratitude for all the good things we do for ourselves. No matter how they go, no opinions, no attachment. And my gratitude to you, yogis. Namaste.